Way. Thank you for being here with us. This is our winter warm-up event. We're making sure not only you're warm and cozy, but you're prepared as well. So we're going to spend the next hour on a weekly deal drop, which means it has a great price that is only available for this week from EcoFlow. Now, the team at EcoFlow really changed the game when it came to portable power, right? You think about portable power and small little power banks, but when it comes to the real power that you need, there weren't a lot of options except for a big generator that you had to put gas in that was loud and had fumes, right? Well, look what EcoFlow has done. This is their Delta 1000 power station. Yes, all your devices, your computer and your tablet and all that, of course. But what about big power? What about a microwave? Yes, you're going to charge up. You're going to be able to run your microwave. A pressure cooker even. Maybe the lights that you need when the power goes out. Maybe the refrigerator, right? So in case of an emergency, you're ready to go. But you're not going to wait until an emergency to use this. Out of the tailgating party, out of the outdoor party, you're going to use this. When you just need to plug multiple items in to get them charged up, you are going to use your EcoFlow Delta 1000. Now, on a weekly deal drop. This is normally $14.99 to get this with the solar panels that we are giving you the option for today. On a weekly deal drop, we're giving you over 50% off if you choose the solar panel option. Now, you can choose it without the solar panels. You are still getting almost 50% off today. Take a look. We're going to give you a little tour. We're going to show you everything it does. We're spending the entire hour today because we know there's a lot of technology that goes into this. There's a lot of features that we want to show you. So I hope you hang out with us. Maybe follow along at hsn.com. And we're going to help guide you through the decision whether you want the solar panels or maybe you want to purchase it without the solar panels. But today is your day to have that portable power where you need it, when you need it, whether it's for camping or whether it's for that power outage in the middle of a hurricane, you are prepared. 097355 is your item number if you want to follow along at hsn.com. Our guest today is our home expert, our preparedness expert. Justin Hyatt is here from EcoFlow. Hey, my friend, how are you, man? Good to see you.
Mr. Ty Mayberry.
So glad to have you here. Okay, when we talk about EcoFlow, you talk about the brand, they really changed the way we think about portable power.
Well, we think of batteries in a very different way than we've ever thought at any point in time, I think, in the history of man, right? We see how cars have evolved. And we see not just that they've evolved in a way that they can take us 50 miles, 200 plus miles. Take that mentality, now apply it to what we view as gas and propane generators, as home backup power, and then think of not only how great those were, but the limitations that those gave us, right? There weren't very many options or alternatives for people who lived in apartments and condos because you just simply can't own a gas and or propane generator. But how do you have home backup? That's where the world of power stations, solar generators came in, and not just for big corporations, but for us regular consumers. We needed that. We still do need it, and that's why we still love having EcoFlow here and having it at home. But then EcoFlow came around, and now they're the #1 brand in that category of alternatives to gas and propane of power stations and solar generators.
Now, while people are jumping on right now and while you're tuning in and hanging out with us, maybe right at the top we can go ahead and go over the two options that they have right now. I'm just trying to help you kind of make that decision. You already know it's a great price with a weekly deal drop. Justin, tell us the options we have.
Well, the first option is going to be just getting the unit itself, which is going to be your Delta 1000. It's a 1,000-watt power station. Now, we always say great option, but the best value is going to be the second option, which is going to be the Delta 1000 plus the bundle of having the protective case and the 110-watt solar panel. Now, the reason why 90+% usually choose the one with the solar panel as opposed to without, not just because of the value, but because it's the whole entire experience. Because when I say solar generator, you think, well, I've never thought I'd own one. Well, but you can, because when you plug and connect your solar panel to your power station, now it's a solar generator. What does that mean? Well, we think of a solar panel simply to just recharge the power station. But that's not the only reason and only way that you get to use it. With the power station, it's basically putting power to whatever you got plugged in, right? And let's assume this is at 100%. And I've got my solar panel connected to my power station. My refrigerator might run at maybe 100, 150 watts when the compressor kicks in. That means with a 110-watt solar panel, I could be powering up via the sun right? Taking that energy from the sun, passing it through my power station to whatever I've got plugged in. And I know we're showing you the 2-pack as well. You can have up to 400 total watts of solar that you can run from your power station. So powering anything from the sun, not necessarily powering it from the power station.
Okay, that's a good distinction to make, because I got to say, I always thought it was just a way to repower the power station.
No.
Not necessarily. You can keep things powered up through the power station. And you see right there that 2-pack was like $450.
Yeah.
Or you can grab this as an extra like $50 to grab this with the combination of the two. So that's the two choices that you get to make today. And remember, we're going to talk about emergency situations, but you're not going to wait until an emergency to use this. You're going to use it at the tailgating party. You're going to use it while you're camping. You're going to use it in the backyard party. But I do want to give you a little tour of it. You're getting a tour on the video here, but in a second, Justin, I think maybe we should walk over and spin it around and just show everybody how many outlets are on there and what we can do with it. Huh?
Yeah, well, absolutely. In this video, I think what you start to see, you know, it's not just like you would think, oh, well, when we think of these power stations, some lead-acid battery. No, this is a lithium-ion battery, and with basically a computer built in. So you've got 6 AC outlets, which I think is amazing, because when you start to compare to generators, you get 2.
Yes, right.
And one of the things that you don't see in a gas or propane generator is an LCD display to tell you exactly how much power, and you also don't see USB ports. And the reason why is because those are not pure sine wave technology. What's pure sine wave? Well, this is pure sine wave, meaning whatever I plug in, the amount of power that comes out of this power station is only the power required to whatever's plugged in. When you start to run out of gas, it'll start to fluctuate in power.
I see.
And it creates these spikes, and it will destroy phones, tablets, TVs, and electronics. This is pure sine wave technology, meaning whatever you plug in will always be safe.
Gotcha. So yes, the smaller devices, yes. Maybe it is the fan and the lamp with the power outage in the summertime, off to the bigger, you know, you're talking about your microwaves, you're talking about your refrigerator. This compact, kind of small footprint will still charge all of that. We'll keep it running. And we're talking about in the middle of an emergency. Your refrigerator, you lose everything in your refrigerator, or you can't plug in your medical device, or these are situations that not only can cost you money, but can be very hazardous. So let's take a look at everything. I also love the fact that it's easy to read. I know how much power I have. I know exactly where I'm at.
Well, and this is, again, you know, just from top to bottom experience, and when you go to use this, one touch of a button. You know, I want you to consider owning gas and propane, because I'm going to be saying that throughout this whole entire hour. When you consider owning a gas or propane generator, what would you need, and what would you need to be able to run it? You need gas, you need propane, obviously, right? But you'd have to pull crank, you'd have to have oil, and you could not be running it inside. You know, we would be hearing this running. It would be putting out toxic fumes. You'd have to have it 20 feet away from your home. Easy to use. One of the reasons why this is such a popular option, size-wise and form factor-wise, is the size of it. Putting off amazing amount of power, yet it weighs less, or about 20 pounds, I believe. One of our smaller power stations, but still powering 90% of your home appliances. We were talking about that display, and I'll just give you a quick tour of what you'll see on that display. Right here is going to be the representative of about how much time you've got, right? So it says 99 representing 99 hours, and that's going to change by whatever I plug in. So it's going to tell me, okay, when I plug in a light, how long it's going to run that light, and or fan, and or refrigerator. 100 right here representing exactly how much percentage I've got. And these zeros are going to actually represent the amount of wattage that's going out or wattage that's going in. So it's going to tell you, how long it's going to take to recharge, or it's going to tell you exactly how long it's going to take to deplete the battery when I've got anything plugged in. Where are we plugging everything in? Right here on the back, 6 AC outlets, meaning that's refrigerator, that's going to be your lights, that's going to be your fan, that's going to be your heating blanket, that's your CPAP machine. We're not unplugging to plug things in. And one of the things that you were talking about is distinguishing between emergencies and not. What I like to say is it's not break glass in case of emergency.
That's right, yes.
This is something that you're going to have for an emergency, but you're also going to have when we say it's the form factor is portable, that you can take with you and go tailgating and do exactly what we're doing, which is not necessarily having to do it only here inside of a home or inside of a studio, but somewhere that you know that you can take this now and go outside of your comfort zone. And maybe this is the difference between going camping and glamping.
Yes.
And then, of course, when you've got your beautiful yellow Smeg refrigerator,
it'll even power that up.
It'll even power your full-size Smeg refrigerator. So I just wanted to show you that it is unplugged. We've got a pink cord to represent
so you
our
can see.
our
We want to
brand.
make sure they can see the cord, so we chose the pink one.
Exactly.
Make sure they can
because
see it.
who doesn't have a pink extension cord? And if you don't, you need one. So just want to go ahead and show and tell you, obviously, we don't have that refrigerator powered up.
Right.
So I just plugged the light in, I just plugged the fan in. I'm going to turn the AC outlets on the back on. In just a second, my fan's going to turn on, and then my refrigerator's going to turn on. All of these things running simultaneously.
Okay.
And that's it, right? Because when the power goes out, it's not, and I always say it ad nauseum during these presentations, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah, listen, if you have electricity, at some point, it's gonna go out.
Yeah,
for whatever.
never know.
There you go. Justin Hyatt brings special effects to HSN.
I am the son of Zeus.
Pretty good. No, that's pretty good, but that's what happens. It comes upon you unawares. It comes upon you all of a sudden.
It does. Yeah, this is no joke.
Look at this.
We were doing a presentation. It was Helen and I, and we were talking about this.
Yeah, right.
And we thought that we were doing the lights.
And it was really happening.
And we really, honest to God, lost power here. We're like, okay, that's just, how can you fake that?
Yeah.
This is reality that we live in. You have to be prepared. I always say, how are you prepared? What do you do to be prepared? If you have not considered those things, it does not matter what time of the year, whether it's winter storms, whether it's summer storms and spring. At some point in time, like you were saying, Ty, you're going to be out of power. You need to have a plan on how to get those things powered up. And one of the things we were talking about is that display.
Okay, what is it saying now?
What it's saying is, was that saying 22 hours with a light, a fan, and a refrigerator. 22 to 21 hours.
You have light, you're staying cool with your fan, and all of your food
is
safe, and you have it for almost a full day.
For almost a full day.
That's amazing.
On one of the most affordable power stations that we have.
That's true.
And by the way, I was shopping around. I do believe that we have the best price around as well.
Yes, and not only do we have the best price, but let me tell you how you're going to get it home now, especially if you have the HSN card. It's items like these is why you have the HSN card, because on this we are offering you 18-month VIP financing. That means you have a year and a half to pay this off, because I know right now, especially in the holidays, you're looking down and you want to get the EcoFlow and you want to get the solar panels and you're like, $629, I just spent a lot of money on holiday decorations and gifts and everything. Well, you can break that up into 18 payments. That is a year and a half with your HSN card. That is $34.99. $34.99. That is with the solar panels. That's about $1.10 a day or so. And if you take a look at your screen right here, there's the information. So I want you to use your HSN card. We're talking about being prepared, not having that kind of worry, that anxiety. Are the kids going to be scared when something happens? Now you have a plan. 18 months to pay it off, just over $1 a day, and you have it. Again, you're not only going to use it during emergencies, you're going to use it whenever you're outside and need to power something up. At the tailgating party, you need to power something up, right? You're going to take it with you to the beach and camping. You're going to love having it. You're going to be using it, but this is also that plan. So this hour, we've got another 45 minutes here. I know a lot of you are watching and listening and researching, and I so appreciate that. Thank you for staying with us. When you're ready to get your order in, the order item number is right there on your screen, but Justin and I are going to show you kind of where to use it, how to use it. Justin being our home preparedness expert here from EcoFlow. And we started this by saying the brand EcoFlow really changed the way we think about, especially in emergencies, about the alternative to generators, right? For a long time, there was no alternative. And EcoFlow said, well, I think we have the battery technology and we can bring you that. And here at HSN, because of the relationship we have with EcoFlow, we can bring you the best price.
Well, and guess where EcoFlow launched? Right here on HSN. When we originally launched, it was our river power station. It was over $1,000. And I believe it was about half the power, and currently at that time it would be double the price of what you'd be getting for now double the power. And yeah, when we think of alternatives, this has never existed. And we still talk about it like it's new, because really it is still very at the precipice of being that new evolution of how we get prepared. And I think for a lot of you, you've never thought of getting something like this or seen something like this. So yeah, very exciting. And of course, when we do get to do it, and we get to say, yeah, we're the #1 brand, that's also exciting. And we continue to push the limits and obviously give great opportunities like this.
And maybe you've seen it before, and I'll be honest, sometimes it's out of our price range at the moment, but it's a weekly deal drop right now. It's 50% off right now. It's that time of year going into the new year. One of the things we always check off our list, like I want to be more prepared. I want to be more organized. I want to have, this is your opportunity right here.
It totally is. You know, we do it during the holidays now because obviously, it's a great big savings, but you know what the best time? It's always now, because tomorrow you never know what's going to happen. You were talking about just the alternative, being able to run something in your home. We do it right here in the bedroom, right? Which is our CPAP machine. You know, we just had Warm and Cozy. How many of those Warm and Cozy heating blankets have you bought in the past? How are you going to power those things up? We just had that humidifier with Rebecca. How are you going to be able to power those different comforts in your life without having power? Essential food, water. We need power to have sustainability, especially when you're relying on medical devices like dialysis, oxygen. I've got a CPAP machine. This, while running, will be at about 30 decibels, meaning you'll barely even hear it. When we speak, it's about 60 to 70 decibels, just to give you an idea of what 30...
Some of us speak louder.
Some of us might be the inflections a little bit.
But you're right. You make a good point, right? You have it running right now.
So running right now, think about it. You have it right by your bed. So as an investment to your health, to your family, it's not something when you think about, okay, how am I gonna use this for my CPAP machine? How am I, if we lose power right now, here's one cool way that you can use it every single day, is that when you've got it plugged in, it's going to act like an emergency power source. It's called an EPS. You've heard of maybe UPS, uninterrupted power source. EPS means in 20 milliseconds after losing power, this will automatically turn on. So if you've got this plugged in, and this being the power station, plugged in to the wall, and whatever you've got plugged in, for instance, your CPAP machine, plugged into it in the middle of the night. You're going to continue to power all those different devices, your phones, your alarm clocks, your fans, your lights, your CPAP machine. The CPAP machine, obviously, it fluctuates in power, but we're giving you an idea. It should roughly run about, I think we said about 18 hours with your CPAP machine. We also have our heating blanket. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the CPAP machine. I'm just going to go ahead and turn the heating blanket on. I'll turn it all the way up to high. You'll see it starts to fluctuate as well. While it's starting to warm up, you see this mini refrigerator? Look, talk about camping, talk about glamping, talk about RVing and doing all those different things. Inside of this, though, is my sister's Novolog insulin. It needs to stay cool. We all are different. We all have different necessities. We all have different needs. Obviously, some of them being all similar, food, water, electricity. Some of us need medicine and medical devices. You need to make sure that those certain medicines stay cool outside of just insulin. I know there's a lot of other medicine that needs to stay cool. Well, maybe it's not a big refrigerator, it's a mini refrigerator, it's in a dorm. You need to have those options of how you can do it. It's not a matter of if, you need to do it.
You do need to do it, and it needs to be something easy. I'll tell you that. If I have other kind of power sources or a generator that I forget how to use it, I'm waiting for that emergency, and now all of a sudden, if you got that gas, is the gas any good that you have in the shed? Are you gonna be able to use it? How far from the home does it need to be? Or anything else that is kind of complicated that in the moment when you need it, you don't really have to think about it. EcoFlow thought about that as well. It's very intuitive, it's very easy to use, and you're gonna have practice at it because you're gonna take it with you camping, because you're gonna take it with you to the tailgating party. You're gonna be using it, you're gonna know how to use it, so when that emergency happens, and it will no matter where you are, maybe it's in the middle of the summer, the heat wave, or middle of the winter, that snowstorm, when you need to use it, you have it. And what Justin was talking about is, it's almost uninterrupted power, right? If you have it connected to your CPAP, you have it connected like that, it's almost that uninterrupted power because it kicks on, that uninterrupted power, it kicks on so quickly. So you're having all of that while you're using it for other things, while you're kind of waiting for that emergency, and when it happens, you have that as well. Take a look at your screen there. You're gonna see us go through. We're gonna show this to you a few times. The size of it, and you can see when Justin and I are talking about it, is perfect. You won't believe how much power you're getting out of it. The size of it's about 30 pounds. It's easy to take with you camping in the RV, and in that emergency, you know where it is. There's USBs on there as well, anything that plugs into the USB. But in an emergency, for those bigger items, for the refrigerator, refrigerator. So I just ask you right now, what is your plan? If you don't have a plan, if the power is going to be off, sometimes, Justin, the power is off for an hour. Sometimes it's off for 12 hours. Sometimes it's off for a day. What are you going to do? What is your plan? Here's what you're able to do. If you just want the power station, $32. $32 a month for 18 months on your HSN card. And now you have a plan, right? It's so nice knowing that I have a plan.
The comfort of having EcoFlow at home, and you were talking about it. Yeah, we've got different prices, we've got different sizes. We love that. We love having different options within the world. Knowing when you've got something like this at home, knowing that, well, yeah, maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't, I'm still prepared. And I always say best time to be prepared is always as soon as possible today, because you never know what tomorrow brings. But knowing that you've got something manageable, and it's not like you said, well, it's gas and it's propane, but it's also one of our more manageable size power stations, right? This isn't some of ours that are 50 pounds or 100 pounds.
Right.
This is significantly lighter in weight, much easier when it comes to true manageable power, still the same exact uses of being able to just one touch of a button like a computer, like turning on your phone. And in many ways, this is a computer. It's got a battery management system built in. And I don't mention a lot of that just simply because it's like features and those little specs that might maybe say, well, that's a little too much for me. This does it all for you. There's less thinking and it does more of the doing. So when you do press that button, it's going to tell you exactly how much power. This LCD display, a lot of power stations you see out there right now, they're really just catching up to that. We give you every bit of information. There's no guessing involved. How long can I run up my refrigerator for when I plug it into my gas generator? I don't know. It's on a half a tank. I have no idea. Okay,
right.
With this, whatever you plug in, it's going to tell you exactly down to the hours and minutes how long you'll be able to run it for.
Okay.
Where are you plugging in? One of the things we kind of skip over is the USB ports. 2 fast charging USB-A, 2 regular USB-A, and we do have those 60-watt USB-C outlets. The reason why I like to talk about those is when you remember Hurricane Sandy,
yes,
you know the biggest thing everybody's trying to do? Find a place where they can charge their phone.
Their phones, right.
I mean, you fall back on those things where you're like, I just need communication.
That's right.
I need to say, hey, I'm okay. Or people need to get a hold of me.
Right.
So this is one of those things where you see it like this. Well, it's maybe not just for you. Maybe this is a perfect gift for somebody who you don't want to worry about in those types of emergencies that they can run at home and plug their phones and recharge their devices.
Or just maybe comfort for the time being if it is going to be 5 or 6 hours and the kids, maybe you're going to run your TV, right?
Yeah.
You're going to watch some TV. I've got the food for you. I even got a hot plate. Anything that generates heat takes up a lot of power. It's very difficult. The EcoFlow will power up that hot plate, will power up that microwave. Maybe it's just comfort in the house to keep everybody nice and calm. We're powering up our tablets and we have a little bit of light and we have food, we have hot food, and we're doing well. Maybe that's all you need. The EcoFlow will deliver that for you. So if you're taking a look here and you're thinking, I do need a plan, I do want a plan, right now with the HSN card, you get 18 months VIP financing, right? That means you get to pay this off over a year and a half. Now, if you're just picking up just the power station, because we have 2 options for you, 18 months comes down to $32.22 a month. That's just barely over $1 a month to have a plan, right, in the emergency, or to have that power whenever you need it. When you go camping this summer, right, when you have the tailgating party at the beginning of the year, you've got that power. But right now, most of the orders coming in, and this won't surprise Justin because he's done this before, are the option with the solar panels. That you're getting over 50% off right now because it's on a weekly deal drop. Justin, real quickly, before we get to the next demonstration, tell us, why do you think most people are picking up the option with the solar panels?
Well, one, I'd be remiss to say, obviously, it's the value. You see the value in, well, and if you shopped around even currently, what I've found on another site, okay, is that what you would pay right now for the bundle, you'd get at just the regular standalone. What is the bundle? You're getting the solar panel, which is typically well over $150. You're getting the carry case that does not typically come included. So you're getting the way to protect your investment. You're also getting a way to recharge your investment, which is exactly why you're getting it in the first place. It is a much better value. You're getting the complete circuit, which I like to say, which is the solar panel, which really gives you that extra oomph.
It really does, and it's only $50 more than the standalone. It's one of those things that we're doing for you today, and a lot of you are jumping in on that.
Yeah, no surprise. You know, when you think about it, typically when we originally started doing the EcoFlow, it would be only the standalone with the option of, if you wanted to, as what we would call just another extra, you could add on that solar panel. We didn't always offer it. In fact, it was the reason why is because the solar panels were always so popular, which they still are. We didn't have enough.
Sure, right.
So now we get to do it as a true bundle, which, again, why do you want a solar panel? Look, one, we know we're going to be out of power at home at some point, meaning this is also going to run out of power at some point. How are we going to recharge this? As Ty, you were just talking, what happens when it's not an hour, but it's 5 or it's 12? Now you can take your solar panel outside and now use and harness the power of the sun to recharge your power station. One of the things that we talk about too is, do you know what that means? That's not residual payments. That's not continuously having to worry about storing gas. That means not having to worry about sitting there in lines. Growing up in Florida, you know what the first thing that goes? Water, food, gasoline, propane. And if you don't think that those lines to the gas stations are miles long, trust me, they are. There's, in the news, they put out which gas stations still currently have gas. And then, hey, you know what happens when you're out of power? So is the gas station.
Yeah, so is the gas station. That's right. So now you have yours. And speaking of recharging, if we don't have the solar panels, how do we recharge the power station itself?
Yeah, so another thing when we talk about EcoFlow and just kind of really being one of the leaders in this industry, one of the great things about when you have your EcoFlow is that when you plug it into the wall, it's the fastest recharge in the whole entire industry. Just by plugging it into your AC from 0 to 80% in roughly about an hour. That's it. Let's think about this. Run my refrigerator for almost a full 24 hours with my light and my fan, and yet it'll only take this from 0 to 80% by plugging it into the wall about an hour.
Wow.
Okay, a little bit over an hour to 100%. Now, this is where I say, okay, well, I love alternatives. The AC might not be from a wall. Maybe you have, maybe you have an inverter, generator. Maybe you got a propane generator. Great. Perfect. Because now, instead of running your gas generator all the time, instead of running your propane generator all the time, now you can use it to recharge your power station that can now run your refrigerator. And now you can conserve gasoline, you can conserve propane as well.
That's great. I know for a lot of you, you've seen us talk about EcoFlow, and I know there are different levels of EcoFlow too, right? We have the River or the Delta. This is the Delta 1000. And I know sometimes when it comes to latest technology, we want it, we can see the use of it, but it can be out of our price range, especially right now during the holidays. It's why we're doing a weekly deal drop right now. It's why we're giving you that opportunity. The standalone station is almost 50% off. If you get it with the solar panels, which a lot of you are doing, it's over 50% off. We're also offering 18-month VIP financing. If you have the HSN card, this is why you have it. It's for moments like this. Use your HSN card, or if you open one up today, a couple of minutes, you'll get approved. You get your HSN card, you can use it. You can pay this off over 18 months. With the solar panel, with the carrying case, it comes down to $34.99 a month to have the latest technology in portable power. And when we say power in such a small footprint, if people are just tuning in right now and they see it's only 30 pounds, small, it's kind of easy to carry. The amount of power, I think we see Delta 1000, and maybe we don't know, someone like me doesn't know, what is 1000, right? What am I gonna be able to power up? We're talking about a refrigerator, right?
Space Odyssey,
1000, yes, right. Yeah.
What does 1000 represent? It represents actually the amount of wattage that we have. And typically it would be $1 per watt. So it's usually, that's why this is well over, usually $1,000 for a 1000-watt power station. So, well, it doesn't just only run 1000 watts of power, right? It's a 1000-watt battery, or combination of batteries, but it can now put out a power of running 1600 watts. It can peak up to 3100 watts. And when we say peak, if you were to plug something in, like a high wattage appliance, like you were talking about an air fryer or a pressure cooker, which you can run from your Delta 1000, or a hot plate. When those kick in, they'll power and kick in at probably well over 1600 watts. That's their peak. Then they run at a very lower wattage. So when you look at gas generators, it's got these two two numbers on it, right? It'll say 3,000, we're running 4,000 peak. That's exactly what this is. So 1,600 running watts, 3,100 peak wattage. Battery itself is about 1,000 watts. So that's what the 1,000 in the Delta 1000 is. And then to your point of, well, there's different levels. We have our rivers.
Okay, the rivers.
Rivers will run about 80% of your home appliances.
Okay.
We have our Deltas. And in the Delta world, we've got the Delta Mini, we've got Delta 1000, 1,300, all these different steps, all the way up to our Delta Max or Delta Pro, which are roughly about $1,500 and well over $2,000 for the Delta Pro and the Delta Max.
Right.
That's why when we say, well, this is still going to power 90% of your home appliances, and it's half the price than it ever has been.
Right.
And I think that's one of the huge opportunities.
That is bang for your buck. That is power for your dollar, right? And again, we're talking about emergencies, but I want you to remember, this isn't something you have to wait until an emergency happens. You see in the video, that great video, they're out barbecuing. They've got things plugged in outside, take it with you camping in the RV. This is something that you will use, and then when that emergency happens, you are covered. The kids will be entertained if they need to be. They will feel safe because you have everything plugged in. When we do come back from this video, I do want to show exactly, like, if it is an emergency, how we plug it in, how things actually come on. How many, I'm just curious, how many things could we plug in?
So you can actually plug in 13 different things at once.
I mean, that's going to pull a lot of power.
I was going to say, obviously, if you did that, you would deplete the battery
very quicker.
But there are 13 outlets built in here.
Okay.
And again, I always will bring back the point of, when you look at a generator, it's maybe got 2 AC outlets, there's no USB ports, you're not plugging your phone in there, you shouldn't be plugging in TVs, which we actually have a TV plugged into one of our power. You just reminded me, I was like, I forgot I plugged this in over here.
Oh, really?
Let's see. So I've had this TV plugged in.
Take a look.
16 hours we've got left at 93% on this full size, probably I'd say 50-inch television. 16 hours.
You could watch the whole Mandalorian.
I mean, the whole series of Lord of the Rings.
That you could watch.
Right here. Just Titanic over and over.
That's what Justin does. He's yes, right. That's what you could do. And it's to show you just the fact that I know, Justin. Just the fact that I know. I can look at the screen and I know exactly. And maybe I've got too many things plugged in. And maybe I'm like, oh, wait, let me make sure and cook the hot food first. And then I'll plug in the fan, whatever. It tells you exactly in that emergency, which a lot of times in emergency, maybe we're not thinking straight. We're a little panicked, a little anxious, and we can't remember how to work the generator. It's all right there for you.
Well, let's create the scenario. I lived in Minneapolis. It was 30 below. We've got a winter storm. Okay, well, I'm going to have to go outside to run my gas generator in the middle of a blizzard with -30 out. Okay, that's if I live in a home where I can actually own one. What happens when we're now living in a place where we're an apartment or condo? And guess what? That backup generator that they might have in that building, it's not for your appliances. It's for the hallway lights, and it's for the elevators and the stairway and the stairway lights. That's it. So what do? I know how hot it gets in the apartment when we lose power during the summer. And I also know how cold it can get in an apartment home when it's wintertime and you don't have a furnace, you don't have a space heater, you don't have a heating blanket. You start to think, okay, well, what am I going to do?
Yes,
That's why the world of EcoFlow is unbelievable, because now you can do these things. And you were saying, it's not just that, well, what if it's the kids at home? Are they going to feel confident in that emergency where all of a sudden you start to panic a little bit? When all you need to do is one touch of a button. That's it, to turn your power station on. That's all you have to do. When this is at 0, you were saying, okay, well, but Justin, how do I recharge this? You have 3 different options. Gas and propane, you've got one option, gas and propane. Right here, this is where you plug your solar panel in. Remember, you can have up to 400 watts of total solar input, meaning you can charge this in roughly about 5 to 8 hours with the sun. This is where we plug it into our wall outlet from 0 to 80% in about an hour. It also included is going to be a way for you to recharge it from your vehicle. So, a DC adapter. You're on a road trip. Plug it in while you're on a road trip. Maybe, like we've had to do, you need to evacuate. Well, if you need to evacuate and you haven't charged this all the way up to 100%, you can recharge it as you're going while you're driving your camper. And you say, well, Justin, well, if I'm leaving and I have to evacuate, why would I have to charge up my power station? Why would I take it with me? Let me tell you what. Wherever we go, and by we, I mean everybody here in Florida and a lot of places where you're in the path of a hurricane, that hurricane seems to follow you. And it has a wide range of destruction and at the very least, knocking power out. So we're on the East Coast, we go to the West Coast, or vice versa. I would bring mine with me because Murphy's Law, we still continue to be out of power wherever we might end up. You still want to be able to have that power that travels,
yes.
and which is also why we say it's also nice to know that it does travel. Because
yes.
yeah, you're gonna take it with you to the pickleball court. You're gonna take it with you camping. You're gonna take it with you, whether it's just the kids, the grandkids to have a soccer game and you don't wanna sit, you wanna go, but you don't wanna sit out there in the sun for 5 hours watching Sally or Sam try to kick a soccer ball into the net.
Yeah, all day long. You've got that power for you. I know we're gonna take a break here in a minute because I want you to go to hsn.com and I want you to take a look at everything. I want you to remember a couple of things. I want you to remember if you use your HSN card, you're getting 18-month VIP financing. Because I know, especially right now, I know for me, I take a look and I say $629, that's 50% off. I want to jump on that, but I just don't have $600 right now to spend on it. But if you have the HSN card, you don't have to. The HSN card right now takes that bundle, which is the power station plus the solar panels plus the case, down to $34.99 a month. $34.99 a month with the HSN card. That's 18-month VIP financing. So now in those moments where the hurricane is coming, right? Or it's getting hot, there's gonna be a power outage and all of your neighbors are getting ready and all of your neighbors are starting to maybe panic a little bit and wonder what they're gonna do when the power goes out. You know you have your power, you're charged up, you're ready to go. And you know exactly how much power you're gonna use, you see it right there. Maybe it's your television for the kids, right? Maybe it is just the lamp to have some light, maybe it's the fan to be cool, or maybe it's that refrigerator and that hot plate to stay comfortable. Now you have your power. If you have the HSN card, this is why you have it. So I know we've gone over a lot of information right now. I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to give you a minute. Go to hsn.com, take a look, and we will be right back with Justin and more EcoFlow.
We understand every woman's skin is unique. We offer real beauty solutions, empowering women to achieve healthy, radiant-looking skin. Genuine beauty begins with skin.
Worry about one less thing with our Protection Plus plans at HSN. Electronics, fitness equipment, even jewelry can be covered. Shop smarts and protect your purchase. It's easy to add when you're checking out. Search Protection Plus at hsn.com for more details.
For Jay King, every day is a new adventure. He travels the globe to bring you his mind finds and exotic jewelry collection. Discover brilliant gems and exquisite pieces you can only find here at HSN. The HSN deal is a great value that we bring to you every day. Thanks to our long and valued partnerships with the brands you love most, we are able to offer amazing products at great values. Shop the HSN deal with confidence from us to you.
It's the holidays.
Yay, it's my favorite time of the year.
Curtis and Lindsay extend a New Year's Eve invite to you.
And we're gonna get a little silly.
It's gonna be an amazing night.
When Tori Spelling and Jenny Garth drop by to get in the spirit.
3, 2, 1.
It's a holiday party full of merrymaking, conversation, and tips on how to throw a swinging holiday celebration of your own.
And Happy New Year to you.
It's all about love, baby. That's what the holidays are.
Welcome into HSN. Take a look. You're looking at Store Smith right now. I know going into the new year, one of the things on all of our lists is, hey, I'm going to get more organized, right? And it can be a little overwhelming. You just need kind of the right tools, right? The right shelves you need to fit in the right space. I want you to take a look at a good sale going on Store Smith. Is our proprietary brand here at HSN. Get a little jump start. Don't got to wait till the first of the year when everybody else is out there trying to get their organization items as well. You can grab yours right now. Welcome into HSN. My name is Ty Mayberry. I am here with our home and preparedness expert. This is Justin Hyatt, always bringing us the best items, the latest technology too. I'm really proud of what we do here at HSN. We look for the latest technology. We partner up with great brands, and what we're talking about this hour is EcoFlow. And I keep saying the team at EcoFlow really changed the way we think about portable power. It's the way we think about, they changed the way we think about emergencies as well, because if you think about power in an emergency, the power goes out. First thing that comes to mind is probably that generator and gas gas and the fumes and how noisy it is, and I got to keep it away from the house, right? It'll supply power, but it's something that a lot of us don't know how to use, and maybe we don't even have the gas. Well, EcoFlow said, you know, we can take battery power and we can improve the technology. Now we can give you hours of power in your home, not only your small devices, but maybe your medical devices and maybe your lamps for light, maybe your fans to stay cool, maybe even a hot plate for food, maybe your refrigerator. All of that can be powered up with the Delta 1000. Now, I'm going to ask Justin to kind of talk through the two options that you get right now, because I really want you to think about this and take a look, because we're offering over 50% off on our big bundle today. Justin, thanks for being here.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you said, never lost on me how unbelievable an opportunity it is to be able to talk about something like this, something that is life-changing, something that will really be obviously a huge just comfort to have inside of your home, whether it's just for you or for your whole family. But we give you options, and that's one of the greatest things about the world of EcoFlow is alternatives, options for you to have power at home, and also on which ones you want to decide to choose. We do have the standalone, which is going to be the standalone Delta 1000, which is 1,000 watts. But then we do also have the larger option, which is typically what about 90+% of you choose, which is the unit itself, which is the Delta 1000, with the actual bundle of having the protective case. And this right here is actually your solar panel, which is how you can now recharge your power station even when this goes to 0% and you're out of power for more than you know, a day, you're 2 days, or you decide, hey, you know what, we want to go to the Mojave Desert, okay. You know, and we want to take the solar panel with us and we want to take the power station, whatever you decide. That's why a lot of you in that emergency want to have the solar panel.
Want to have this solar panel. Now, the way we have it kind of folded up back here, right, it opens up, it's very easy. It collects all of the power from the sun and not only charges up that power station, but kind of works as a flow through as well to keep everything else running as well. So we just want to make this an option for you right now. As you see on your screen, that's why you're going to see two different prices. Normally, this Delta 1000 with the solar panels is about $1,500, right? And honestly, I don't know, when it comes to emergency situations, when it comes to how much we're going to use it, latest technology, it's about the going rate. $1,500 is about right. It's a weekly deal drop today. Today, you're getting over 50% off if you choose the solar panel option, $629.99. And if you have the HSN card, this is why you have it. For moments like this, use your HSN card, pay it off over a year and a half, and you're paying $34.99 a month. You're going to hear us talk about emergencies a lot, and that is when it really comes in handy, is when you feel safe. But you're not just going to wait until an emergency. You're going to take it tailgating. It's going to be fun. You're going to take it camping with you. That's going to be fun. You're going to take it out while the kids are all day Saturday and they're playing baseball and they got 3 games to play, and you're going to be out there. You're going to plug everything in. Everything's going to be charged up.
Sounds like a man who's experienced this.
A man who has been out there all day on a Saturday watching kids play baseball. I wish I had everything powered up.
Oh, wait, there's a third game.
Yeah. Oh, you guys won. Congratulations. That means we play another game, right? It's portable power, right? So think about your HSN card, pay it off over 18 months, and then have a plan. Just getting this home and knowing whatever happens, I'm ready to go. So we're going to give you a little tour of it. I think we're going to get up, we're going to walk around, we're going to show you everything. We only have about 15 minutes to go here, but stay with us, and we're going to show you exactly how this works.
Well, you know, one thing we kind of skipped by before, and since we were talking about it, and obviously I know you can't really see it over there, this is going to be that carrying case. It's protective case, also acts like a kickstand. So in that video you saw that he was kind of hooking it up to what would look like a kickstand. That's what the carrying case is, and this is going to be your solar panel. And as you can see, I hid the tank here because this is what you don't need, right? Typically, in order to recharge your power station, your gas generator, your propane, you need gas. You need to store this. In California, guess what? You're not allowed to store this in your home because of the wildfires. What happens when you're out of power and you need gas, you need propane? Well, there's an option.
This is a huge, so when you say solar panel, you may think of like one of these, right? Yeah. This is huge.
So 110 watts, perfect for the Delta 1000. You can actually have up to 400 total watts of solar input to your power station to recharge in roughly about 5 to 8 hours, depending on, of course, how much sun. But this is also really lightweight and still folds up and is really compact. So I think when we think of solar panels, look how thin that is too. Like they're typically glass. right? And they're heavy and they're cumbersome. This is something that you can fold up, take with you, and is also weatherproof. So if you want to be able to put it on snow, like right now, snow is very reflective and obviously still frozen water. This is still going to stay protected even while you have it on the snow.
This is why most of you very wisely are jumping in and getting them. It's only $50 more to get the bundle with the solar panels here. So I just want to remind you of that option that we have today. Okay, let's take a look at the actual power station itself. The first thing you're going to notice is how compact it is.
Yeah, compact, lightweight. Again, I think one of the reasons why I wanted to make this one of our weekly deal drops is that, typically we have the much higher and, expensive, larger power stations. This is still something that's going to be manageable power. This is one of our lighter weights, still one of our more powerful power stations because it is one of our Deltas. It's the Delta 1000. Do you see what I just did? Just pressed a button. That's it. No pull crank, no oil, nothing I have to worry about, and it's on. And you can't even hear it. And when we turn it on, it actually has a display. It's basically saying, hey, by the way, you have 99 hours, you got 100% or 99%. And when I start to plug stuff in, which I want to do, keep that shot real quick. I'm just going to go ahead and I want to plug the fan in so we can just see that change in real time. That's the beauty of this. Plug the fan in and immediately you see exactly how much wattage, 38 watts that are getting pulled right now. And it's also going to tell me how long it can run a fan for. 34 hours. That's not minutes. That's 34 hours. That's how many baseball games?
One. No. Baseball gets kind of like,
they cut them short now.
The kids get runs. That's all day. It'll take you. You have that cool fan on you through no matter how many games your kids win.
That's right. Keep winning, kids. We've got our EcoFlow.
Yeah.
Just wanted to show you in real time. That's exactly what this is. In real time data, information that you don't have to sit there and say, well, we've got 3/4 of a tank of gas. We've got a half a tank of gas.
What does that mean?
What does that mean to me? Look, I get it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and continue to plug stuff in. I'm going to plug a light in, and I understand that these are just what you might consider creature comforts. Oh, okay, it does a light and a fan. But you know what? When these things are taken away from you, when you're sitting in a dark home, when you're sitting in a hot home, and I understand it's winter right now, but let's replace the fan with a heating blanket.
Yes.
Think of those ways that all of a sudden when those things are taken away from you, what are you going to do? We don't realize how much we fall back and feel comfortable with having a fan, a light. And all of a sudden we say, well, where are the candles? Well, where's the lighters for the candles? How are we going to have a light in our home? Which can be dangerous for a lot of you. What about our refrigerator? One of our largest appliances, one of the things that we store, some of our biggest necessities, and most expensive lately,
That's
food.
True.
Okay?
That's true.
We need food to survive, we need food to live, but food continues to go up in price, and yet we need to be able to store it. Now, this could be a secondary refrigerator, could be your primary refrigerator.
You get hundreds of dollars worth of food in your refrigerator, right?
And what usually happens is Murphy's Law, waits for when you fill the refrigerator up.
I just bought those steaks.
Filled
them up.
Got those ribeyes.
Power goes out.
Ribeyes. I guess we're just going to have to cook them. And then exactly, just like that. Not our matter fifth. When, here in the studio, power goes out. But you know, this light's not flickering.
Yep.
My refrigerator's not flickering. Now, those ribeyes, they stay frozen. The food stays frozen. The kids' food stays frozen. The medicine that I have in here, the hundreds and hundreds of dollars, or it's that deep freezer that's in your basement or in your garage, or it's that secondary one that's just stacked with all of those popsicles that we had when we were kids. Whatever it might be, you need a way to make sure that when you lose power, like we just did, you're going to be able to power up all of these small creature comforts. One of the things you were talking about, though, is a hot plate. You can do a hot plate. And when I think about that, you can cook your food with this, but it's not just cooking food that's in your refrigerator. It's also now maybe warming up some soup. Because what's the best way to warm yourself during the winter? Some food, some hot food, some warm food. You can do that with your Delta 1000 as well.
And again, the screen, I love to know exactly where I'm at. Any guesswork makes me anxious, makes me scared. I don't know when it's going to happen. We know exactly where we're at.
Yeah, and by the way, that's, again, I like to distinguish, that's not minutes, that is hours. That's 22 hours, so at about 100%, you're looking at a full day with one light, a fan, and a refrigerator. That doesn't include, well, what about, let's have a heating blanket. Let's plug our phones in. Let's plug our computer. How many of you still work from home?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, what happens when you work from home and all of a sudden you're out of power? Well, one, you need power to maybe a desktop, but you typically need power, especially to your internet. And your internet might not be out, but you just need to power up your router. And how are you going to do that? you need to be able to think about those things. If you haven't thought about them, obviously great time to think about them today.
Yes, now, Justin always says the best time to be prepared is now. Now is the opportunity. So if you were flipping through the channels and you stopped here, and you're like, you know what, this is something I've been thinking of, and I've seen the Delta before, and it was always a little bit out of my price range. I want to be prepared. Or maybe this last season a storm came through and you weren't prepared, and you promised yourself you're going to be prepared next time. It's what we do right here at the end of the year. We'd like to give you the opportunity to pick up the EcoFlow, to pick up this portable power. So what we do is we put it on what's called a weekly deal drop. So for a very limited time, we are able to drop the price here. Over 50% off if you are getting the bundle with the solar panels. It's only $50 more, and you're getting the solar panels as well. Also, if you have the HSN card, we give you 18 months to pay it off. No added fee, no added interest on that. It's one of the reasons why you have the HSN card, to take advantages of deals like this today. So you see it right there on your screen, 18 months. So when you're picking up the power station with the solar panel, you're using your HSN card, you're taking advantage of 18-month VIP financing. You're only paying $34.99 a month. That comes out to about $1.10 a day to make sure you are prepared, and also to have portable power to go camping, to take it out to the beach, to take it in the backyard for that barbecue party, to take it out to the kids' baseball game, to have the latest technology and portable power. This is your opportunity here today. EcoFlow is one of those companies, Justin, that looks forward, that sets the trends, that brings latest technology, that really pushes the envelope. And I'm so proud of HSN for creating a relationship with EcoFlow that we're able to bring this to people shopping today.
Yeah, and best value that you're going to find. And you know, again, when you do shop around, which I can tell you, if you were to shop around for this Delta 1000, you'd see exactly what I mean. This is something, when you were looking for an alternative, the world of alternatives has always only been gas and propane. Okay, well now there's a new option. There's the power stations and solar generators. And who's the #1 option in that new alternative options? It's EcoFlow. And yeah, we have one of the best relationships right here at HSN, because we really kickstarted EcoFlow. And we did it with our river, and we've continued to grow in the technology, push the envelope, like you said, and give not just alternatives, but comfort, a peace of mind that you know that when you have your EcoFlow at home, one, I always say this too, is it's not a matter of just knowing I have it. It's knowing I can use it.
I can use it.
Right? And it's not like,
that's a great
well,
point.
I know how to use it. It's that, one, you know you're going to use it. Two, you can feel confident that you can do it. It's not like I got a generator at home. Great, that's great. And then all of a sudden something happens and you have to run it. Are you going to feel confident in that time to do it yourself?
I think about that, Justin, every time I see a fire extinguisher. They're like, fire extinguisher over there. I'm like, it is. I don't know if I know how to use a fire extinguisher. Do I aim? I don't know if I can use it, right? It's like, in a case of emergency, I'm glad we have it, but I don't know if I can use it.
Because have you ever used a fire extinguisher?
I've never used a fire extinguisher. So, but with this, you're going to have used it in the RV when you go camping, at the birthday party, at the barbecue. Not only do you have it, but in the emergency, you know how to use it. Sometimes we have a few